Marisol.
Hi, let me go ahead and share my screen. Hi, everyone. My name is Marisol Vasquez, and I'm a senior majoring in biology in TAMIU in Laredo, Texas. Can you see my screen? It's loading.
Yes, we see
Okay.
it fine.
And I want to take the time to thank Dr. Wickenbach, Dr. Leggett, Dr. Gastel, and Abrid for your continuous support during this program. The Science Influences program has played a key role in both my academic and professional journey. So you can see my screen, correct?
Yes, it's
Okay.
fine.
Yes.
You're good.
Great, wonderful. So my research was a collaboration with the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, where we accomplished the first urban heat island mapping campaign in Laredo, Texas. Laredo was one of 14 cities nationwide and the only city in Texas to do it this year. The importance of this study was not only the data collection, but also the public awareness of the heat-related deaths that have skyrocketed here in Laredo, Texas, going from 2 in 2021 and part in 22 to 15 in 2023. So the Calor campaign, short for Climate Action for Laredo to Organize Resilience, was a successful campaign to collect 47,000 temperatures and humidity data points across a 70.4 square mile radius in 9 routes. The environmental ground level data that was recorded was at a 1-second interval. And this was aimed to create high detailed quality maps of Laredo to take sustainable choices with city planning in South Texas. So the objectives, we wanted to map and collect the data for the heat distribution across residential, commercial, and industrial areas. We had 3 collection times, 6 to 7 a.m., 3 to 4, and 7 to 8 p.m. It was aimed to create high resolution heat maps to inform city planning and public health and engage the citizen scientists in a very unique community science event to understand the dangers of excessive heat, and as well as promoting environmental justice in the areas with limited green spaces that are exposed to much higher heat. The data collection was taking place where I'm actually presenting today at mile 1. And we assigned their starting points with the 9 routes. We collected the data in a 1-hour interval. They were trained. Our citizen scientists or volunteers were trained a week prior. We paid for their gas. We gave them stipends. We gave them a great energy here for participating in such an important and groundbreaking event. Each vehicle had a designated driver, a navigator who provided the directions of the route, and a note keeper to document any important observations during the collection time. The sensors were provided by Kappa Strategies. They are a third party who was hired by NOAA for the data analysis. And they recorded, like I said, temperature and humidity along with GPS in 1-second intervals. The diurnal temperature and the hyperlocal heat patterns were also recorded in those 3 collection times that I mentioned, 6 to 7, 3 to 4, and 7 to 8 p.m. For the data analysis, Kappa Strategies used a geospatial modeling process to create the high resolution temperature maps in 3 steps, which was step 1, download the filtered raw heat data. Then step 2, integrated multi-band land cover data from Centennial 2 satellites to calculate the vegetation and the surface features to identify the fine scale urban heat patterns. And step 3, it was a combined heat and land cover data in geostatistical model using machine learning to generate predictive surface maps. The study results demonstrated the concentration of hotspots in Laredo, specifically in industrial zones. Laredo is the #1 port of entry in the country, so we have a lot of traffic from semis and a very high concentration of concrete and asphalt. These areas consistently experience high temperatures. They do not cool down during the night, making them more dangerous and because they retain and absorb the heat. These are the results. These are the 3 maps that were developed with the data collection thanks to our volunteers. I want to emphasize that in these maps, you do see a little bit of blue, but you do know that you can say that 98.3 is not cool at all. So it's not fully representative of the true heat with that blue there. And those blue pockets that you do see are a golf course, some parks, and dense vegetation. The data analysis, this also entailed 70% of the data was for model training, while the other 30 was reserved for the testing of the predictive accuracy. We really worked very hard to brand this campaign to make it exciting for the community, to create awareness and to inform the public of the dangers of excessive heat. We aim to use electric vehicles. You see the cyber truck there with the sensor to create and keep a green mindset for the environment, for the sustainable future of Laredo. The model's performance was measured and adjusted with an R-squared value, indicating the strength of the predictions. And for the conclusions and applications, the Calor campaign produced high-resolution heat maps identifying the heat spots in residential and commercial areas in Laredo. We also included our sister cities, Rio Bravo and El Cenizo, who are two small cities south of Laredo. And the data from these maps will guide city planners and developers to target climate strategies for vulnerable communities. This will also